Hi all, just a quick tip that I've got about warming up food using these plastic bags in hot water. I'm going to use my hot water kettle. Just a quick tip. There are two scenarios where you want to warm up food. Obviously leftover food, for example rice I cooked last night. Just as an example, it's now the next morning. I'm going to have some brunch, lunch, a bit of rice from last night and chicken I brought last night from my roadside cellar. I'm going to warm it up. Now what I'm doing is, first of all, I'm in my makeshift kitchen. I've got previous videos and Facebook posts about my makeshift kitchen. I'll put links in the description of the video, you can check it out. The big 4 cooking items here, budget living in a budget room. If you're paying big money for a luxury condo, you're going to have a kitchen, you're going to have microwaves and so forth, but I'm living budget advice, rice cooker, toaster to toast bread, hot water kettle to make tea, coffee, noodles and so forth, and some sort of a hot plate with fry pans, pots or cooker, some sort of a cooker to fry and so forth. But this is my makeshift kitchen, and what I'm doing is warming up food, and there are two scenarios about warming up food. Obviously leftover food to warm up, but also in Thailand there are two types of food you can buy. Food they cook in front of you, like fried rice and so forth, that's going to be safe to eat if you eat it straight away. But what I call pre-made food, you can buy barbecued chicken, fried chicken that sits around for a long time. You don't know how long the food's been lying around, and it might be unsafe to eat. I've been sick plenty of times, so be careful about that. Or they also make lots of food, bulk food, which they put in dishes, and they'll give it to you in these plastic bags. It's great food to eat, but be careful, it can be unsafe and you can get sick. What I do when I buy those pre-made foods in those plastic bags, I'll leave it in the bag and warm it up. Quite often I'll make rice. You can put those bags in your rice cooker to warm it up. And that's effectively what I'm doing now, okay? But this is leftover food. They're the two scenarios for food. Those pre-made foods, make sure you warm it up because it may make you sick. Be careful about that. So what I'm going to do is use these plastic bags, and you can buy these sorts of plastic bags, and that's what it looks like. That's the packet there. You can buy those in, general stores, Big C's. I think 7-Eleven sell these plastic bags. They're called Tung Lawn Say. I'm not here to teach Thai, but I will describe the name in the description to this video. But that's what it looks like, little plastic bags. These are a bit small. I thought this bag was big enough, but next time I'll buy the larger size bag, but it's still big enough to put some food in. Rice, chicken, as I said. And when I talk about warming up food, I mean to make the food safe to eat. I say warm it up, but like, as you know, when you boil water to make it safe to drink, once the water hits boiling, it's pretty much safe to drink. Same with food, pretty much boiled, heated to 100 degrees Celsius, all the way through the food. Be careful about thick meat and chicken and so forth to make sure it heats up all the way through the food. 100 degrees Celsius to sterilise it to make it safe to eat. So when I say warming up, that's what I'm talking about. I just put the food in those plastic bags I showed you in my hot water kettle. You can use a rice cooker, but I'm going to use my hot water kettle this time. About a half, quarter, just enough water. When you put the bags in, make sure they're upright and stay upright so water doesn't go in the bag or the food doesn't come out to contaminate your hot water kettle. You can see the size, they're going to stay upright nicely. So put the bags into the hot water. They'll stay upright like that. Put the lid on, turn that on. Once it hits boiling, I'll turn it off. Check the food. As long as it's heated all the way through, nice and safe to eat, it should be okay. So there it is, just a quick tip. One way to warm up food, either leftover food or what I call pre-made food, which I explained you can buy in Thailand. Using those sorts of bags in hot water, a hot water kettle or a rice cooker. I might do another video about the rice cooker and talk about that. It's a bit different, but using my hot water kettle, there it is. I hope that makes sense. Take care, and I'll see you next time.